Well, Whit, you surprised me with that killer condo, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? I got a surprise for you.
What?
We at East Pass Marina. I'm taking you on a boat ride.
We're going on a boat
We're going on a boat ride. Okay, Whitney, I took you on this tour in the water taxi so we could check out the iconic local restaurants and nightlife spots on the harbor, okay? And so guess what? Look at the first place we're passing right now. Check it out.
Yep, Harbor Docks.
Harbor Docks?
Yeah, owned by Charles Morgan, and it was started in 1979.
Wow, 1979.
Yes.
So you see, this is a local restaurant, been here for a long time. Charles Morgan, let me tell you, Whitney, he is an incredible human being. He gives back to this community like no other. The Harvest House, every Thanksgiving, they give away meals to all the homeless people. The guy's incredible. Plus, in 1982, they opened up their seafood market right here on the docks. So they bring in all the fresh fish and set the price for the fresh fish here locally at the dock every day, right? And then a lot of that fish gets shipped out all over the world. Is that incredible?
It's incredible.
Incredible. You know you're getting fresh fish when you eat at Harbor Docks with my buddy Charles Morgan, baby.
So then, Dad, we gotta go to my all-time favorite.
Uh-oh, are we passing it right now?
Passing it right now.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna be at Beauchamp's.
Woo!
What I mean, when you talk about the harbor, you cannot talk about the harbor without talking about Beauchamp's.
No doubt.
Some of the most iconic food, I think, and best food in Destin, hands down. Sorry,
No
guys,
doubt.
one of my favorites of all
No
time.
doubt. Do you realize this building has been historical on the harbor? Originally was built by them for Flamingo Cafe, one of the most well-known restaurants in the harbor back in the 80s. And then it's also been the home for Destin Chops. Many years I was the general manager there myself, so I spent a lot of time in this building. It's a family place. It's a must-go, must-be place on the harbor, period. End of story.
Bottom line.
Bottom line.
All right, Dad, so we can't come to the harbor without talking about Dewey Destin.
Without a doubt. I mean, this is it, guys. This is what this town is named after. Captain Leonard Destin. In fact, Dewey Destin's, they have one location here on the harbor. This is the newer location. Around on the Sound is the original home of Captain Leonard Destin, and they have the original restaurant there. Just iconic, you know, unbelievable, you know, to have a restaurant like this. And you know, if I could describe the experience of eating at Dewey Destin's, I would compare it to like pulling up at a camp at your best friend or someone in your family's camp or home and getting out for a fish fry or getting out for a seafood ball right on the dock with family. That's the experience of Dewey Destin, man. That's it right there. It doesn't get any more Floridian and more family than that.
It's
period.
Iconic.
Iconic.
All right, Dad, next stop, Harry T's.
Harry T's, the Flying Harry T. The story and the history of this guy is unbelievable. The Flying Harry T, he was actually a trapeze artist and he had gotten injured. So he took that money, moved down here and built him a boathouse, and he got a boat and he used to do excursions, no kidding.
Yeah.
But he was well known for his heroic efforts to save stranded boats or distressed boats out in the Gulf, and he did it so many times with his Flying T boat that he got commendation from the federal government for it. It's unbelievable.
Really?
The Flying Harry T, historic thing here, and the food here is great. And you know, I got to tell you, when you look at this harbor here and you look at the Emerald Graham behind us, you know, the development here, when you come over the Destin Bridge and you see Crab Island and you see this beautiful development here, it puts a smile on your face. I mean, I know it does it for you. I mean, everybody, that's you know when you're here, when you hit that Destin Bridge, right? And you know, it's an interesting story because when they first built the Harbor Walk here, it really wasn't as successful as what they wanted it to be. It was maybe ahead of its time, like a lot of things. And it wasn't till some of the local businessmen and people like Peter Boss and the guy we're going to see next, my buddy Aaron Laird at AJ's, got together with all the other merchants on the harbor and the local city government and put together the plan to connect the harbor with the Harbor Walk. When they did that 10 years ago, it opened this up. Now people can get down here, people can park, people can enter from anywhere and enjoy the harbor from anywhere, and it totally turned it around. So it just shows you guys like that, visionaries, never giving up, believing in the area, connecting it, and now it is what it is. So touche to you guys, great job. And we're here to enjoy it now, so come on.
All right, Dad, so now we're pulling up at our last spot on the harbor, which we have to go to. There's no other place. AJ's.
That's right. And you know, the owner of this place, Alan Ladd, that's my boy.
I know that.
You know that's my boy.
I do.
Right? And I done got you set up today, darling, let me tell you. Because my boy Alan, right, we about to go up in here, right? And let me just tell you, first of all, the reason we saved the best for last is because Alan Ladd is an iconic restaurateur in this town. Listed as the number 37 top restaurateurs in the country.
That's amazing.
Out of 100.
Yeah.
In the top 100 nightclubs in the United States. For this little town, you're talking about big cities like New York, Chicago, and he's in the top 100? Come on. What does that tell you? And not only that, he is the only restaurateur in this entire area that has a location in Fort Walton that's rocking, Destin, Harbor that's rocking, and also in Grayton Beach, where we just came from on our last episode, right? But let me just tell you, Alan said you're gonna get to go in his new sushi bar that they just put in and roll up some sushi. I'm gonna go show him how my technique to shuck some oysters. We're gonna make up a killer drink that's an iconic drink, and they're gonna let me go in the kitchen and cook it up at the chef. Are you guys ready to go? Because we're gonna do AJ's, baby. What's up?